So it turns out this isn't Captain Olimar at all, but rather some other fellow named Louis. And I suppose that fuselage we saw must have been the remains of Olimar and Louis' ship. Seems like the huge monster really did a number on it though. Food! Is that all you can think about? Did we just feed you? It's great to be reunited with my rubber ducky. With him by my side, I feel like I can achieve anything. Is anyone listening to me? Louis doesn't have our cosmic drive key. We need to find out if he knows where the real Olimar is. Day 16. Not Exploration Day 16, just regular Day 16. Don't know what was so special about the other days that those days were Exploration Days rather than just regular days. According to Louis, the real Olimar is out there somewhere. We'll finally get our cosmic drive key back. If what Louis says can be trusted, that is. Alright, let's move out! Hey everybody, Lady Gear to you here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin 3! In the previous video, we completed the worst part of the game, where we fought the Crocodile Myrclops. I think I'm pronouncing his name right, I might be mispronouncing it, but whatever. We finally defeated that thing, so the worst is over. The rest of this Let's Play should go pretty smoothly, hopefully. Except, not hopefully, because this is the second try of not recording just this video, but the next two videos, because over the course of the next couple Let's Plays before we get in over the course of the next couple of videos before we get into the final area in the game, I decided that I wanted to go into this place first because it would be the most simplistic area to go to, compared to what we're gonna have to do in the other areas of the game, like the Distant Tundra and the Tropical Wilds. But there was a secret file here that I completely missed that I wanted to get. But I forgot about it. I was recording the original video, so not only did I have to scrap that video recording, I had to scrap 2 other video recordings. So now I have to record these 3 videos all over again. It is so much fun. Anyway, on a more positive note, we're now facing some orange bulborbs, and there's a fruit over there. You may notice that there was a fruit a long time ago over there. There was in the water that we could not get to. Even though we had winged Pikmin and they can go above the water, they cannot go inside water. But now that we have the blue Pikmin, we can do that. Now, most of the stuff that we're going to be getting over the course of the next couple areas, for the most part, it's going to be stuff that we could have gotten earlier, but we just didn't. And most of that is just because of the fact that we did not have winged Pikmin or blue Pikmin. A lot of the stuff requires the blue Pikmin and winged Pikmin. That kind of stuff can be a little bit irritating to see that you can see right there, but you can't get to it, like that one fruit in the water. But we're going to be taking care of all of that right now. This video, the main focus this time around is to complete everything else there is to do with the Twilight River. What we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be throwing our rock Pikmin and one of our captains over there. And there's something else I'd like to demonstrate real quick after we tear down this crystal and get the fruit. One thing worth mentioning is that this video has been recorded in post-commentary, simply just because I felt like doing post-commentary this time around. If you look somewhere around here on this tree, it might be a little bit hard to see. On the gamepad, on your computer screen because of my capture card quality. But it is on the tree, and it was on screen a moment ago. There was another Pikmin drawing. Now that we've seen that, I believe there is only one more left in this. No, there's actually 2 in this area that we haven't seen yet. So if memory serves correctly, there are 3 Pikmin drawings spread across the world, and I did promise that I'd be demonstrating all of them. If it senses someone approaching, it will disguise itself as a leaf. So that's just basically explaining the different skitter leaves, how the green ones are harmless, but the brown ones will hurt your Pikmin. So now what I want to do is that I want to get my Pikmin with me, and I'm going to have Charlie go off and do his own thing while I'm going to have Brittany work on some other stuff. Now there's a specific reason why I want Charlie to go over to this specific location. There's another piece of fruit there and another Pikmin drawing that I want to demonstrate over there. So what we're gonna be doing now is that with Brittany is that we're gonna be going back to a cave. Now this is something we could have done a long time ago. Like as soon as we got with the winged Pikmin, we could have done this. But I felt it would have been better to wait until we got the blue Pikmin before we did this, and you're gonna see why in a moment. It's not fighting the Puffy Blowhog. We could have done this a long time ago, and it just respawned because we actually did defeat it a long time ago. But there's a couple things in the next cave we'll be going into that it all could be done with the winged Pikmin, but I also want to have blue Pikmin with me, and you'll see why in a moment. If this Puffy Blowhog will be defeated already, it'd be very nice. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Be defeated. Yay, you're defeated. Now, if memory serves correctly, there is a data file somewhere in one of those mushrooms over there. I put it on screen right now what it is. But now that you have seen that, we're be going to fight these enemies over here. So let's go defeat them. These enemies, I don't think I've gone over the strategy, but I think the best strategy against them is to attack their back. I'm not entirely sure about that. These are one of those enemies in the Pikmin series where I can never really remember the best strategy for fighting these things. All I know is that they're a pain in the butt to fight. It's probably a good idea to bring some bomb rocks in here, but the blue ones can't reach it, so you might have a little bit of a hard time throwing bomb rocks at them. But either way, the reason why I wanted to have blue Pikmin with me is because I wanted them to take the pellet over there. And there's also a data file over here that I like to go collect. Today I had a terrifying dream. A dream in which Pikmin were carrying me back to the Onion after I had been ravaged by creatures. I thought I shared a strong bond with them, but maybe that was just my wistful thinking. I might have to start sleeping with one eye open. Alright, so that's a reference to one of the alternate endings from the original Pikmin game, as well as one of the power-ups from Pikmin 2. In the original Pikmin game, I'm not sure how you'd activate this on the GameCube version, but on the Wii version, you could press one of the buttons you could press a button on the GameCube version as well. But there was a feature in the original Pikmin game where Olimar would just lay on the ground, and if you had 4 Pikmin with you, at the point where he was laying on the ground, the Pikmin would actually carry Olimar to the Onion. Now this could be used for taking Olimar to the Onion quicker without you having to like actually walk or anything like that if you're lazy like that. But there's also a couple other things associated with that where you could it was more like an Easter egg or anything like that. I don't really know if it's like a useful strategy for speedrunning or whatever. But what I do know is that in Pikmin 2, this feature was temporarily removed, and I say temporarily because there was a power-up later in the game that would allow Olimar or Louis to lay on the ground, and then the Pikmin would carry him. That feature is completely absent in this game, but I do like that they had like a data file kind of referencing that little Easter egg, because it was always a fun little Easter egg. Also, speaking of Olimar and Louis, I know it may have been a little bit irritating for longtime fans of the Pikmin series to see me talk about me reference Louis as the captain or the Hakataisen, because I never actually called him Olimar. I always called him like either the captain or the Hakataisen, because this is my biggest problem with this game. Well, it might not be my biggest problem, but it is one of the bigger problems I have with this game. It is a neat idea to have for them to mistake Louis for Olimar, but at the same time, that kind of shows that Alpha, Brittany, and Charlie are kind of jerks, because they kind of just assume that the first Hakataisen they see is Olimar, which I have a little bit of a problem with that. It's not that big of a deal, but I do have a little bit of a problem with it, how they just assume that the first Hakataisen they see is Olimar. But anyway, enough about that, because now you know, the Hakataisen that we've been searching for all this time is actually Louis, who was Olimar's partner. In Pikmin 2, that was the first game to introduce the ability to have multiple playable captains. In Pikmin 2, you had the ability to control Olimar and Louis. Like this game, it does not matter which captain you're controlling, they all control similarly. They just have different voice clips and stuff like that, and they also have different journal entries. Like in Pikmin 2, there was like a journal thing where Olimar would have like scientific explanations for the different fruits or whatever and stuff like that, or it was like strategies similar to the fruit files in this game. But Louis had like files for like actually cooking the food. That's actually referenced a little bit later in the game. Um, and something else is that this is a little bit of a spoiler for Pikmin 2, but there was a third playable captain in that game where eventually Louis ended up missing, and you eventually took control over the president of Hakate Frey. I won't go too far into I won't talk more. I won't go into more detail about Pikmin 2's story because I don't want to spoil too much about that game. Because who knows, I may eventually end up Let's Playing Pikmin 2. It might not be for a little while because, like I said before, I have a little bit of a harder time getting into Pikmin 2 than I do with Pikmin 3 or the original game. And one other thing I'd like to talk about Louis before I change the subject right now is that, if you recall from a couple videos back, I talked about how there's going to be a fourth playable captain in Pikmin 3, but he was removed for some reason. I already talked about my first theory, but I'd like to talk about my second theory. If you look at the images of four of those captains, I can't help but think that the fourth captain looks like Louis. He does look a little bit like Louis. He doesn't look exactly like him, but he does kind of give off a similar trait. Now, this kind of has a couple of other theories that I like to associate with it. Because one, maybe Louis was intended to be a playable character at some point, and the entire game was about searching for Olimar. The other theory is that Nintendo thought it was a little bit redundant to have a character that looked like Louis but wasn't Louis, so they removed that character, and that character's role was eventually filled by Louis instead of that character. If you look at the pillar right there, using the camera, you can see another one of the Pikmin drawings. There's a third one I'll be showing in a little bit, and so yeah, there's gonna be another Pikmin drawing that we're gonna be seeing. There's another Pikmin in the water around here, so let's go save him, and then use the super handy dandy feature of the Go Here button. And now we're gonna switch over to Brittany and Charlie and get the stupid file, the stupid data file that I wanted to get in the original recording, but I completely forgot about. There, you got your secret file. This, because I forgot about that, I have to re-record 3 videos. And the other 2 videos went so well, and those videos were not easy to record, so it is a little bit irritating that I have to redo it all just because I missed out one secret file. But you know what? We got it now, so we're okay now. Now, if I remember correctly, there is one more thing I'd like to demonstrate real quick, and that is indeed the final Pikmin drawing in this area. Like I said before, I will be demonstrating all the Pikmin drawings in the different areas. When we go back to the tropical wilds, we're not going to be searching for them. I'm not going to be searching for them immediately, but we are going to be looking for the Pikmin drawings over time. Now, these stupid skitter leaves. When I was recording this video originally, I noticed that I was losing some Pikmin, but I didn't know where I could be losing any of them. It's because of those brown skitter leaves. I always forget about those ones. I can never remember them, and it always drives me crazy when I lose Pikmin because I can't remember that there are skitter leaves right there. But anyway, let's take some of our Pikmin sprouts with us, and the last thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to be getting rid of our group of Pikmin real quick. Come on, pass to me, don't make me look like an idiot. Okay, thank you, pass to me. Alright, so now we're going to be going over to the lily pad. You may notice that I was trying to do this earlier, but you go into the lily pad, point north, look it through your camera, and look at the wall of the pipe. You can see the third and final Pikmin drawing of the Twilight River. So, yay, we did it! And because we did everything I wanted to do, we can now end the day early. I can't wait to taste the new fruit. We got a lot of new fruit. Wow, I completely forgot about that. But anyway, as usual, as we go through this pretty repetitious menu, seriously, why couldn't there just be an option to like skip this one entirely? I know it looks cool, but when you're trying to go faster, and trying to do these things quickly, the frame rate just drops. Why isn't there just a button to like skip it entirely? But anyway, as usual, we're gonna go over my plans for the next couple of videos. The next two videos, we'll be returning to the Tropical Wilds to get the last of the stuff there. After that, we'll be returning to the distant tundra to take care of everything there. It might take, I'm hoping to be able to complete it all in one day. Maybe it'll take two, but my current plan is to beat it in one day. And then after that, we'll be going to the final location of the game, and hopefully end off this Let's Play. So, I like that thing Brittany says right there where she's all like, because Louis is with us, we have to split up our forces even more, but the captains in particular. But seriously, we have 2 months worth of food right now, so again, why can't we all have our own bottles? Careful observation of the blue Pikmin has revealed that they have the ability to swim as well as attack in the water. The way they open their mouths is so cute, but I think that is their way of extracting oxygen from the water. There appears to be openings on their cheeks that resemble gills. And with that, we're going to end this video off here, so thank you guys so much for watching this video of Pikmin 3, and until next time, post commentary later gear to you.